Donald Trump, just weeks away from being invested with the immense powers of the presidency, calling for a criminal investigation into Liz Cheney over witness tampering after a report from House Republicans singled her out, accusing her of colluding with a witness on the January 6th committee and recommending she be investigated for possible criminal prosecution.
CNN's Jim Acosta verbally accosted Representative Tim Burchett earlier today, moments after he went on a rant complaining about the release of what is reported to be a highly damaging House Ethics Committee report on ex-Representative Matt Gaetz. We reported it earlier here on Occupy Democrats. Well, in an effort to draw some false equivalency, Acosta held Burchett's feet to the fire about Donald Trump wanting to have ex-Representative Liz Cheney investigated. Now, what you'll see in this great video that we have for you today is the Republican representative from Tennessee.
All right. Now, I would like to address this arts funding issue. Now, this all reminds me of a humorous story of the traveling salesman.
Sorry, that's the wrong Southern politician. What you'll now see here in our great video today is the Republican representative from Tennessee advancing GOP talking points, fervently polishing his own political skin, openly playing to his demander-in-chief, currying favor with his new GOP influencers, endorsing SpongeBob SquarePants' political magnetism, Cheshire catting while fudging facts. But mostly, what you're about to see is him gleefully selling out a once-respected colleague for basically the price of a never-opened autographed Chinese Bible to prove his fealty to the guy who sold it to him. Well, all this in one terrific clip to share with you now. So, from earlier today on CNN, here's Tennessee Representative Tim Burchett and his dadgummit inability to see the difference between this and this. Let's watch it together.
On the January 6th committee, he has said he would like to see members of that committee go to jail. Obviously, you know that there was a House Republican report on January 6th. It recommends that there be a criminal investigation into Liz Cheney. Do you think there should be a criminal investigation into Liz Cheney, one of your former colleagues?
If she broke the law, why should she be exempt? If I guarantee you, if Manu Raju or you broke the law, they'd drag y'all into court in chains. And why should she be exempt?
You don't think Liz Cheney broke the law, do you?
If she manipulated this thing, if she met with people, if she coached them, as they're saying, if she talked to them on a secret website, which they're saying she did, if she coached them, if she altered evidence, if she withheld evidence, then she broke the law.
What's the evidence? What's the evidence of that? I mean, the report came out just days after Donald Trump said that Liz Cheney and other members of the committee should go to jail. Aren't they just doing his bidding?
What's the evidence that Matt Gaetz has other than a report? You've got a report. It's the same thing. That's why people do not trust the media. You have a double standard for one and not for the other. If she didn't break the law, then she's fine. But if she did break the law, she should be held accountable. What is wrong with them asking questions?
The House Ethics Committee. The House Ethics Committee is voting to release this report, presumably with some Republican help. This is a House Republican report on January 6th recommending that Liz Cheney be criminally investigated.
If she broke the law,
isn't this Banana Republic stuff?
Why is she being exempted from the law? Everybody who broke the law should be exempted. No, it's not Banana Republic. If she broke the law, I don't see why that's such a hard thing. If she didn't break the law,
there's no evidence she broke the
she's
law.
Fine.
There's no evidence she broke the law. They just looked into what happened on January 6th and Donald Trump's attempt to overturn a free and fair election.
Other than Barry Loudermilk, who's a very respected member of Congress, doing his very long investigation and very tiring investigation into this. And if they found it, I think it ought to be brought to light. If not, then she's fine. I don't have a problem with them investigating that.
You want the government to go after Trump's political enemies?
If they broke the law, I don't care if they're my political enemies or they're my friends. If they broke the law, dadgummit, they ought to be brought in and they ought to be brought to justice. There shouldn't be. That's what we talk about all the time. That's why Trump's in the White House, because there is two systems of justice in this country, and you can't have it both ways. You have got to. It's got to be straight and right down the middle. You can go back and watch all the tapes that the conservatives put out of the Democrats saying there's There's not two forms of justice, there's just one. Well, there is two forms of justice. The Biden White House, obviously, they're releasing criminals, they're releasing pedophiles, they're releasing Chinese communist spies, and at a record number, and nobody's paying attention. There is two systems of justice in this country, and I'm tired of them, and you should be either.
Congressman, I mean, you don't think that the January 6th committee should have investigated what took place at the Capitol on January 6th?
Well,
I know you don't believe that. I know you don't believe that.
If they investigate it, why didn't they call me in? I volunteered. I was the last person to leave the House floor, the last House member. Myself, Mark Wayne Mullen. Neither one of us was called in to see what we saw, to show what leadership. All they did was investigate the political wherewithal. It was a witch hunt from the start. That's why the final episode of that crazy thing, there was more people watching reruns of SpongeBob on the Cartoon Network than watching that clown show.
So is this about getting revenge? Is this about Trump getting revenge? And House Republicans going along with it?
It's about justice. When we point the finger at somebody who's not kind to us, you all automatically assume it's political. If it's political, then why not play it out into the court of public opinion? You sure had it played out on January 6th, and you never called anybody in. It was all a political witch hunt. They stacked the committee. They didn't allow then Speaker McCarthy to appoint his two people that he wanted.
You and I have talked about this before. Congressman, you and I have talked about this. It would never have happened in the first place if Trump had just honored the results of that election. But that's all the time we have. Congressman Tim Burchett of Tennessee, thanks very much for your time.
Jim, I hope you have a very politically incorrect Merry Christmas, brother. And remember, you're going to be invited back into the White House under the Burchett administration.
I'll look forward to that invitation. Thank you, sir.
Now, why doesn't our new overlord, Elon Musk, just buy Banana Republic? I mean, that way we can all say that is what we are. And most importantly, we can all shop with confidence this holiday season.
Happy holidays, everybody!
Oh! So beautiful.